Welcome back to the Barley Lads. Today, we're talking about Slane Irish Whiskey. This is Slane Irish Whiskey. It's a blended Irish whiskey out of Slane Distillery in Slane, County Meath. 40% or 80 proof. This is a non-age statement whiskey, but as an Irish, we know that it's a minimum of 3 years old. Price-wise, you should be able to get this between $27 and $33. For the mash bill components, this is a blend of single malt as well as grain. So Slane Irish Whiskey, like I said, this is coming out of the Slane Distillery. Currently, though, it is a sourced whiskey, so they do have their own barrels currently aging, but they didn't fill their first barrel until, I believe, late 2018. So those barrels aren't quite 3 years old. We don't know what they plan on if they plan on releasing their own bottlings once those barrels hit 3 years, or if they want to age those a little bit longer. But they are producing, I believe, both single malt and single grain to make this blend. Like I said, this is a sourced whiskey. Originally, they were sourcing it from the Cooley Distillery, which is also in Ireland. But Cooley was bought out by Beam Suntory, I want to say in 2011 or 12. They may have still been producing this, but now that this is partially owned or fully owned by the Brown-Forman family, which produces Jack Daniels, I don't know if they're still sourcing from Cooley as a bourbon competitor, or at least American whiskey competitor, I should say. This is, like I said, from Slanecastle. The Slanecastle is owned, and the property is owned by the Cunningham family out of Ireland. And Slanecastle is also very famous for a concert venue. They've hosted bands like Metallica, U2, Bruce Springsteen, big names like that. I want to say maybe even Elton John, Prince, people like that. Oh, and David Bowie and Queen. So yeah, big deal. Like I said, Brown-Forman, they gave them $50 million to build the distillery inside a building dating back to the 1750s. So it'd be very, very cool to visit. The location's about 30 minutes outside of Dublin. So if you do make it to Ireland, it wouldn't be too far of a trek from Dublin to go to the Slane Distillery. So on the nose, you get the maltiness from that single malt component, caramel, a bit of nuttiness. So this is a triple cask, virgin American oak coming from the Brown-Forman cooperage, as well as seasoned oak, which would be bourbon barrels and probably Tennessee barrels coming from Jack Daniels, as well as sherry barrels. So from the sherry component, you get some of the nuttiness. On the taste, you get that malt, maybe butterscotch, still a little nutty, a hint of sherry, fairly short, light finish, but the sherry component, that dryness, stays with you a little longer on the finish. Yeah, it's a solid whiskey. Like I said, you can get this for around $30. I've been wanting to try this. I've heard a lot of good things from other people about this whiskey, and I can understand why. If you like Irish whiskey, you're going to enjoy this. I will say that it probably has a little bit more, I don't love the word smoothness, but it's a very smooth whiskey. It's very inoffensive. For the price range, you are getting more flavors from the sherry component than you are from, say, Jameson or the Powers Gold Label, but you are paying a little bit more too. So I'm very interested in seeing when they release their own bottlings. Again, this is still sourced. We're not sure if it's still coming from Cooley or another Irish distiller, but it's a solid whiskey. You will probably enjoy it if you like Irish whiskeys. So thank you again for watching another episode of the Barley Lads. Today we've been talking about Slane Irish Whiskey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Slanja.